Howdy, howdy ho. And I'm drawing a blank. Good start. I know some of you are going to read this title and think, duh, but there still seems to be some doubt in some folks, especially with Halo Infinite coming along. This is because of how controllers use aim assist in an effort to balance the playing field, though that's not quite the case. So I've decided to take a little time to show you definitively how and why, and what particular advantage controllers have in Halo Infinite. First, it's important to understand the mechanics of aiming between each control method. On controllers, aiming with an analog stick is not one-to-one with your aim. Moving the analog stick simply specifies the rate of speed your cursor moves in the chosen direction. Thus, the more you move the stick, the faster you turn. Obviously, you can adjust the sensitivity, but that simply scales the rate of speed faster or slower. With Elite controllers and with certain games, concentric regions allow for nonlinear scaling, aka aim acceleration, so that you can turn faster at maximum input without consequently overscaling low input. However, be aware that multi-region scaling requires increased thumb precision, and I generally turn off aim acceleration because, like most players, thumb precision decreases under pressure. On KBM, aiming with a mouse is one-to-one with your aim. Moving the mouse simply moves the cursor along the same plane as if your mouse pad was the monitor itself. Obviously, you can adjust sensitivity to multiply this and even fractionally multiply to slow it down. This is also the most intuitive and is why the mouse itself has taken over as the primary input on PCs. Yeah, we've had other methods, trackpads, track sticks, rollerball, and even the very rare roller mouse. But none are as popular as the standard mouse for the very same reason it makes aiming so easy, and that is once again its one-to-one nature. Add in modern gaming mice with high pull rates and the mouse literally reads every little movement your hand makes. This is the perfect preface for the next sections comparing the two. Surely you've watched KBM FPS players literally snap their aim and come to a complete stop right on target. This is immediately the most important part of any FPS, target acquisition. This is how fast you can get on target. The mouse cannot, and I repeat, cannot be beat in this particular factor. Therefore, particularly in close quarters, KBM uses reign supreme. They can enter a doorway and snap both left and right within seconds or less. They can check off-screen spots with rapid flicks of the mouse. Target acquisition done by a player with a lot of experience in FPS games can look a lot like an aimbot. More on how to distinguish that later. With a controller, you simply have to wait until your cursor moves to the target, and as you know, increasing your sensitivity makes smaller movements harder. You can test this all you want. You'll find maxing out the sensitivity on a controller makes it nigh impossible to be precise, and you still can't turn as fast as KBM. This is where aim assist on a controller comes in as an attempt to balance out slower target acquisition. Almost every modern FPS offers controllers aim assist that focuses on slowing down the cursor over a target and then helping to keep the cursor on the target during movement. You'll notice just how easy it is to stay on target with a controller despite taking longer to aim at the target. In the case of Halo Infinite, this provides a distinct advantage. The high TTK requires extended time on target. The aim assist allows you to place more bullets with less effort than KBM. And herein lies a particularly interesting part with KBM. In most cases, under the same pressure, the player loses hand movement precision. Because the mouse reads every little input, it's harder to track a moving target by hand, and it requires both a reduction in aim sensitivity and also some serious practice. Though you'll always be able to see that slight tremble in the hand, which is how you can distinguish the use of aimbot. Aimbots do not tremble like the human hand. This is also why higher refresh rate, and thus frame rate, monitors have become popular. The loss of precision can be made up for with improved perception of enemy motion, which helps keep players on target. In FPS games with a low TTK, tracking the target becomes less important and KBM takes the full advantage over a controller. In Halo Infinite, the high TTK means any human error manifests exponentially compared to a controller. You'll notice I did not mention human skill or ability. Obviously, some KBM players will be beaten by controller players out of sheer skill. But when you look at it from a technical perspective, there are clear-cut advantages to KBM, and anyone who still believes that aim assist on a controller can beat KBM either sucks at KBM or is just mad they died. I'll see you next time on the Gaming 5.